What do we got today? We got ourselves Team Red with Orcus. Gonna go for a bit of a Snorkus. We got Petro as a Feral coming back. He's been dominating, man. Petro every time he joins in as a Feral. Can't tell if it's because he's Feral or can't tell if it's because he's good. I want to say it's because he's a good player. A good Feral is always good. P-Blood coming back. We also got ourselves Thigh God. And we got Vux. Vux hasn't got to play yet so far. Maybe he'll get a chance this time. We got Seamark on Team Red. Playing that Arcane. Peachy as the Feral. Saragars on the Frost DK. Valorip as a Red. And Zap. Zap coming in as that enhancement. Shaboy. We'll see how Zap does. It looks like he's going to be going up first. Playing that enhanced. Bold move, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off. What kind of a setup do you go for? Are you going for that one-shot blood of the enemy, trying to make enhance a burst spec, or are we going for like a little bit of a crucible, long-term game? What are we going for? It looks like they want to go for the auto duel. Thigh got going up first as an unholy Death Knight. Honestly, the best spec for PvP in OBO face so far. And Zap already getting that opener, getting the Maelstrom rolling. Thigh got still running in place. Gonna go for early AMS. Might have wanted that AMS a little bit later. Zap is juking his way out of here. That's gonna be strangulated. He's still just waiting for the army of dead to attack him, but he's gonna go for that wall. Going for the wall. Gonna go for the stun roll the pets. Does land a stun on Thigh got blood of the enemy. Is he gonna go for big damage? Big Sunder. Huge damage coming out. Huge crits through Thigh God's defenses. No AMS available. He can't actually stop this damage, but Zap's health is not looking that good either. Sage and Chicken coming out. Both of these guys are super low. Thigh God gonna go for massive heal while he's got it. Zap's still able to get some rage damage on him. He's healing through those necrotics. ASAP gonna be a stun coming out by the pen, but Zap's health is way above Thigh God. Thigh God needs to recover. Starting to get those big death strikes in. Zap just needs to get himself a massive crit or massive healing. He needs to go for either sustain or go for a big setup. Thigh God is actually bailing the hell out of the Zap. Can go for heals while in Ghost Wolf. Thigh God is the one that needs to get back at him right now, and that's exactly what he's going. He's running after him. He's trying to see if he can get some of that health from him from death strikes, and Zap is just going to go for a bit of heal while in Ghost Wolf. I honestly think Zap just survived it. Dropped Thigh God super low stun coming out. Does he have a chicken for you? He does. AMS coming in, but that Thunder still does huge damage, and Storm Strikes past it. He just obliterates a Death Knight. How can Orcus go in without giving him an auto duel? Are you kidding me? Zap needs to go purging all those buffs off of Orcus immediately. It looks like he was able to try the purge or wait him out. Barely has any health. There's still lots of damage for Orcus. He's going to get interrupted on fire. Zap can go for a heal. No, he does die down to the mastery built up by Orcus. How did Orcus not give Zap an auto duel? That Death Knight got obliterated, man. That was insane. And see Orcus up next. Orcus missing that breath, but trying to recover with a polymorph. Looks like it's not going to happen. And see Orcus is just going to lock him out. Tried to go for Arcane Miss and tried to go for Ring of Frost. Didn't work. Actually went for Ice Block. Orcus popping the defenses a little bit early, landing a polymorph onto Seamark. But he still finally is able to get that Greater Pyro. Seamark actually blinking past the G-Pipe before he goes off. He never let one rip. And he's trying to get the Ring of Frost onto the Mage. There's going to be another Ring of Frost trying to come out. And Seamark is just obliterating him with those Arcane Missiles. Orcus, safety tree, proccing right now. Won't have it available for quite a bit. And Seamark just stealing every buff, every shield that Orcus has. Try to go for that Invis. Is he going to be able to? That could be Arcane Explosions. No, that's going to be Arcane Orb. Almost hits him. Arcane Explosion does get him out, and Orcus is going to get himself a shield rolling. And Seamark is going to rip that shield off of him. It looks like they tried to juggle shields back and forth. Arcane Missiles chasing after Orcus, just completely taking him out of the game. Big barrage. That's going to be, oh, proc for the Caught Rise, getting interrupted on fire, or on Arcane, and it's going to go for damage while he's trying to get a Greater Pyro off. He's just going to blast damage back into his face. He doesn't even care. And next up is going to be P-Blood. Eventually P-Blood is going to turn to Blood God. Blood of the P. God of the P. I like your name, man. Seamark not even able to run away from him, not even able to reset or to get in with a Garrote and a slow Temporal coming in immediately. I was expecting lots of damage out of P-Blood. Maybe Temporal a little bit early there. Probably should have waited for his shield to be down, then Temporal after, but maybe thought there was going to be huge damage out of the Rogue. That's going to be a stun onto that Cyclotronic. Seawork not shooting it out, but that was the shortest stun in the world, it looks like. And Seawork is able to stay on P-Blood, able to keep him slowed. It's actually going to back up a little bit, get that re-slow going. Smoke bomb coming in for Blood. And it's going to try to see if he can waddle away from him and line his side. Seawork still has one more blink available, not letting this roll go anywhere. Try to see if he can get a Cloak of Shadows out of P-Blood. He looks like he has a Shadow Step ready, maybe even a Mark for Earth Kidney ready. Gonna get himself a short reset for just a second. Does land a kidney onto Seawork, and that's gonna be a huge damage out of the Poison Bomb with a massive Envenom. And just continue to truck damage into Seawork. Temporal coming in a little bit late, but Seawork is going to still be able to get some healing off of it. That's the important part. Blood still holding on to the Cloak of Shadows if he needs to. No more Shadow Step anymore. Unless you want to use didn't use it. That's going to be blink out of Seawork. Shadow Step coming in does lock him out onto Arcane. Seawork is put in a tough situation. Just needs to survive this lockout for a little bit longer. He's going to use his Crucible of Flame to heal, since that is technically a fire spell lockout. Well, he only got locked out on Arcane, and Blood is going to get behind the pillar for a second. Maneuverability giving him plenty of mobility for a sprint to suppress any kind of slows for a short moment. So it's huge for him. So at least he can get some mobility out of the way. Seawork blinking a little bit too close. Doesn't want to get interrupted. Gonna get a freeze onto P-Blood. And is just stripping him off of any buffs that he has. Arcane Missiles doing work. Shadow Step Kidney Shot coming on. Seawork does go for an Ice Block a little bit early. It's going to be a blind out of Blood. He could go for a big Vendetta. Doesn't look like he has a Vendetta yet. Maybe use it a little bit early. But looking like he wants to get himself a setup. Couldn't quite catch a reset with Seawork. What just happened? This man was staring right at the guy, but it still couldn't catch a re-stealth. Cloak of Shadows getting burned maybe a little early. Then it's a Vendetta. I was expecting he didn't have Vendetta for some reason, but it looks like that's a Vendetta cooldown right there. The one that's signing up. The one that's lining up, that's huge, man. He got himself some huge setup. Polymorph coming in for Seawork from afar. As he just tried to deal with P-Blood, is going to get interrupted onto the Polymorph. Going to go for a Cyclotronic to get some damage back into this rogue who got so much healing recently. And Seawork needs to go back to the kiting spree, dude. He needs to kite him out. He needs to keep him out in the open, but also needs to kite him out. He's going to get a blink to steal whatever buffs he has from Blood. Back to the slows, man. Back to the slows, back to the kiting. Knocking him up in the air before he can get any kind of movement going. He needs to go for that mobility, dude. He needs to make sure he has a blink available or a back blink or anything like that. What is that back blink called? Where you can blink back to your last location. Vanish coming in for P-Blood, getting that locked down onto Seawork. Trying to see if maybe he can get a big Poison Bomb proc here. Big Envenom, double Envenom, which is going to slow Seawork down substantially. He does use his Gnome Racial in order to get himself out. That's going to be a huge Racial back in Classic, man. And Seawork, all he can really do is get a knock up onto Blood and just blinking around the guy as best as possible. Just trying to continue kiting him as best as he can. But his health is super low. Doesn't have Ice Block. Trinket available soon. All he has for a heal is Crucible. And Blood is actually really giving him a run for his money. Normally, Assassination has the hardest time with an Arcane Mage, but here it's just not like it. Does land a Shadow Step, missing the kick, so it might be huge for Seawork. It's going to land a Repoly. And somehow Blood keeps breaking himself out of those polys, unless Seawork is throwing some kind of a dot on him that just keeps breaking him out. Blood is just resisting all those polymorphs over and over. Smoke Bomb just to gain some distance away from Seawork, to gain some line of sight. Looking to maybe get a Shadow Step in, stacking up the poison, stacking up the compost, getting a shot. Going to be a trick out of Seawork just to break out of that Temporal to follow. But it looks like Seawork's shield still held up. Temporal is only going to absorb a small amount of damage that came out of Blood. So maybe Seawork could have spaced those out a little bit further. And P-Blood is just continuing to stay in, man. He's popping concoctions and cooldown. It looks like he's using most of the Crucible heal on himself every single time. And Seawork having to steal it every single dang time he can. Gonna be a full Vendetta available for P-Blood right now. Seawork just trying to kite it around. Cloak of Shadows coming in. He's gonna blink around and needs to wait out for the cloak for a bit longer. Does let himself an invis, which is gonna give him some defensive reduction. 60% defense, but is that gonna be enough against the poison damage? Oh, Blood is continuing just to truck damage to Seawork, and Seawork has nothing left. Doesn't even get a shield. Trying to go for instant cast heal, and Blood does take him out with a damage overtime. Saragars taking advantage of the opportunity that Blood is out in the open. Gonna land a stun on the guy. Does the guy even have a trinket? Blood has to have a trinket, right? He doesn't even use it against Seawork at all. Blind coming in onto Saragars as he does burn his trinket. And Blood is looking to catch himself a reset. 8 minutes in, 20% dampening. It's gonna be a little bit of a hard duel there, boys. Gonna be a little bit of a hard duel from here on. I never seen Assassination Rogue do as well against Arcane Mage like that before. Usually, like, Spart is the Arcane Mage in charge of this stuff. And usually he just blasts Assassination Rogue, just kites him infinitely. But he can just show you, man, as Assassination, keep your dots rolling, Keep your damage over time rolling. You should be good. Sargar's throwing down that snowball. Probably shouldn't be running the snowball in a duel unless he's going up against a hunter. Because he needs to have something to bounce off of to get the big damage going. MS coming in for Sargar's to deal with the damage over time. Is he going to go for big setup? Does he have a... Oh, he's still rolling the Frost Breath, man. Frost Breath did not last long enough. He ran out of running power that quickly and has to go for a death pact. Hopefully this man doesn't need any heals for a while. Gripping the rogue back in. Needs to make sure that there's Chain of Ice rolling on him at all times. That's going to be a killing shot on Sargar's while his health is still necrotic out. With a Cyclotronic making it hard, the Sargar's won't even be able to get himself a heal. Necrotics do fall apart, but needs to get himself some fusion healing off of the rogue, but the dots are melting and Mark, that's going to be Shadow Step with an Envenom, getting a couple of those death strikes back in. He's still hanging in there. Next kidney shot is going to be the end though. And P-Blood does use a Crucible twice in a row, it looks like, to self-heal himself. This man is just going for a full self-heal build. I like it, because he's surviving. Peachy is up next as a Feral Druid. Just going to get himself a regrowth. So the next two bleeds are going to do damage, trying to see if he can get a setup like that for his Feral. And he's kind of just letting P-Blood catch a reset here, doesn't he? Looks like he is. Or let him get the opener. Ah, it does land a nice beefy swipe around the corner though. Thorns to follow. Is people are going to disengage? He does, which gives Peachy the opportunity to at least catch a reset. Hopefully Peachy gets some Moonfire on the guy or something. Does catch a re-stealth in Feral form, since people did not go far. And it's going to be a killing shot to reverse onto Peachy. Blood doesn't have cool... Well, he does have Vendetta. Doesn't want to burn it quite yet. And is still going to go for self-heal without Crucible whenever he can. Continuing to use it for any kind of self-healing for sustain rather than any damage opportunity. Even if his health is somewhat high. Continue to reset those dots onto Peachy, forcing him to use globals to keep cleansing himself and power shifting. But it looks like Blood, if he has a Moonfire on him, man, Peachy is just going to be able to catch a reset on him every single time. Pre-fading the opener by Peachy, but still going to be a massive rake with a big old bite. And Peachy is just going to try to reset his dots up and running. Does pre-Thorns his damage. And Blood is going to go for another Crucible heal. Cloak of Shadows for the Thorns, and he's just trying to get himself a little bit of range from Peachy, even trying to run away. Saved the Trinket proccing from all the damage over time, even through Cloak of Shadows. Those dots are doing quite a number on the guy. Sapping Peachy somehow. Not even sure how the hell that happened. It's going to go for damage. Bash comes in. To Peachy, how tricky he does. If he does get hit with a kidney, Blood is going to go for advantage just to get himself a reset. Kidney shot into Peachy. Peachy's going to have to Trinket out of this renewal and wall up running right now. P-Blood is going to go for a self-heal. Peachy does have one more wall available, but still, massive Vendetta still rolling on him. That's going to be reset onto Blood. Needs to get a big bite. P-Blood also gets a big proc into blind onto Peachy. Could he still do this? Does he have the health? Does he have anything for this heal? He actually lands a reset and then goes down to the bleeds regardless. Peachy also had a cooldowns rolling too, but that's going to be Red Paladin next, landing a Hodge full wings because this wall keep him alive right now. Does he get a heal? He does not. Not even a chance. Don't even stand a chance. And Valrip is up next. Boy. Yo, Robbie, my man. How you doing? That's 15 bones. It's going good, buddy. I got a hurricane coming in a couple of days, so I'm gonna need to worry about that later. But thank you so much for coming in, Robbie. I'm doing good, guy, my man. That's a big donation. How can we get a hashtag Robbie in chat showing our appreciation for the wonderful, beautiful, generous donation, man? I got a hurricane happening in a couple of days, dude. Hurricane coming in a couple of days. Not happy about it, so I need to get my video structured. I've been stressed. I'm trying not to stress about it the best I can. How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a beautiful one. What's up, Garrett? How you doing, my man? See you in chat as well. Valrip versus Vex, and Vex is gonna land that Hodge early into Valrip, trying to get the damage rolling. Valrip still has wings, and ooh, it looks like all you guys took a number out of the duels, man. Everybody's running that Underrot trinket now, huh? Huge damage on the Vex stuck. He can't even survive it. He's gonna have to bubble this early. He's gonna go for regenerating immediately. Look at that health building up, but a 49% dampening is not quite enough. He is going to have to back up a bit. Valrip getting that shield of vengeance up a little bit early, trying to get that shield to pop, and Vextech just really honestly shouldn't want to hit that shield. Does wait it out. Valrip is going to get massive heal out of that Underrot trinket, dude. Who knew that Understank trinket was that good? Kidney shot. Oh, no, kidney shot. Hodge coming in onto Vextech, even a better than first in the kidney shot. And that's going to be a minute long wings for Valorant. He's just trying to end Vexacole's career. Is he going to be able to do this? Bomb coming out. Does he have anything magical to deal through it? He just sees any ability and does get a bit of a judgment throw. It's also a holy hammer. Pedro is up next. Is he going to give Valorant an opportunity to reset here? Nope, he's just going to stock his spray. Open up. Might be a defense on Valorant early. Might want to go for a bomb. Bubble needs to come out now, as that's going to be Thorns. And Pedro already got a massive defensive out of Valorant. Valorant does throw a hammer at him before he catches a reset. But it's going to be hard here, man. This is going to be hard. Can Valorant do this? Trying to pick up the eyes. Without a Shield of Vengeance or a Bob for a couple minutes, he might be in a bad spot. Gets a trinket out of Pedro early, as Pedro's just trying to end the game right now. Valorant could still get himself a Bob. That's plenty of time to pass. He's going to get himself a huge heal for that trinket. Decent heal. Decent heal. Is going to get himself a flashlight. Cyclone out of Pedro, though. He expected it. He knew he was going to have to stop the Paladin from being able to heal. And that Cyclone does the work. That's going to be a minute-long trinket. Minute-long wings coming in for Valorant. Does he get a Hodge or Pedro? Does he get to? No, he actually does not. 11 minutes left on a full wall. And Pedro is going to go for a bit of a dance. Look at this man. Skull Bash with a bite. Valorant just had to go for that cast in the end, man. He had no other options. He was going to try to survive. That was well done there, boys. I want to see that enhancement Shaman blow to the enemy some more, dude. Let's go. I DM Bolton asked me if he wanted to play, but he said he can't because...